We're rolling?
I like it.
Welcome to West Beach and, of course, our new Road Safety Centre. We're absolutely delighted with the quality construction and the outcome here. As you know, Road Safety Centre in its previous configuration had over 85,000 interactions with the South Australian community in the last financial year, and we would expect the significant interest in SAPOL's road safety program to continue. This is a new state-of-the-art facility. I'm sure you will agree that it is a step up from the previous facility, which was widely used. There were 500,000 school students that engaged with the programs over the last 40 years at the previous centre, and we, as I indicate, would expect that that would continue. The South Australian Government's commitment to road safety is not just represented by this centre, but this is a very important investment of approximately $4 million to ensure that programs run here can continue. As you can see behind us is a mock roadway and an environment that allows for an excellent education program to be delivered. The key message I want to emphasise is really this. At the Road Safety Centre, we are teaching our next generation of road users essential rules to keep them and their families and other road users safe, and we look forward to the next 40 years of important road safety messages. Commissioner.
Thank you, Minister. I will correct the Minister on one small point, and that's I think it's over 50 years that we've been running road safety education from a facility like this, and this is the second time that we've been forced to move as a result of the construction of a new hospital. But each time has seen us expand our capability and what we're able to offer young people, children and adults through our road safety education programs. This facility will accommodate 15,000 children a year, and over the last financial year we ran over 1,000 road safety sessions, not just in our road safety school but right across the state, catering to children, young people and adults, delivering really important road safety messages. And I think we hit in the order of about 85,000 people through those 1,000 sessions a year. So this is the new home base for our road safety education team. And as you can see, the kids are already really enjoying the new facilities we have, which, as the Minister says, goes a long way to giving them those basic skills and understanding of road safety and how to be safe, which I'm sure every parent wants that reassurance that their children know how to behave properly and safely on the roads. So we're very pleased to be opening this centre for the first time today, and looking forward to seeing just how many children get the opportunity to experience what it has to offer, as well as those adults who come for the other free sessions that we run right from this very centre. So thanks for the opportunity to demonstrate what we have to offer young South Australians.
Commissioner, while we're on the topic of road safety, the REA has released some data on crash spots, and Marion Sturt Road intersection has claimed the top stops for the third year in a row. Are police aware of how dangerous this particular spot is?
Absolutely, and you are correct. We've been aware of the road safety risks and the fact that that particular intersection, Sturt Road and Marion Road, features prominently all too often, and the information we take from the statistics gives us the intelligence we require to deploy our road safety resources, as well as our traffic cameras. That factors a lot into where we place those cameras to hold people accountable for their behaviours to try and make it as safe as possible.
Do you think there's enough intervention at that particular spot?
Well, there's the police intervention, which is reacting to people who are doing the wrong thing, and then obviously there is the road design to consider whether or not there are opportunities to make adjustments, which may be quite significant in cost, but that might contribute to a safer environment. That's all part of the process of identifying where those hotspots are and what treatments are necessary.
Britannia Roundabout has also gotten out of the top 10. What do you say about that?
Well, there's not too many South Australians who haven't struggled with the Britannia Roundabout. Obviously the work that was done several years ago has made it much easier to navigate, which are probably features in the way it's being recorded now.
And also on the topic of road safety, mobile phone cameras have been in operation for a week now. What's the stats looking like?
It's just over a week since we've had the cameras in full operation, and we are expiating people. There will be a statement made early next week in relation to the statistics regarding the activation of the cameras. We're just finalising that data, but I can say there are more than a handful of people who are going to be losing their licence directly as a result of receiving multiple expiations from the cameras for mobile phone use, which is something they're going to be very shocked to find out when they receive their expiation notices. And not to mention the cost associated with multiple expiations.
Is the mobile phone message getting through?
Well, it remains to be seen whether the cameras will make a significant difference to people's behaviour. It may feature in terms of the detections in those locations where the cameras are placed. We'll see what happens over time. But sadly, it's still really obvious as you drive around. You know, the number of people you see looking down into their lap for no apparent reason. We know what they're doing. People are very slow to get the message. It's a very expensive message once you find out that a police officer's detected you using your mobile phone.
2 carjackings overnight, a man assaulted in one of them. What do you say to this behaviour?
Oh, look, clearly this is a serious crime. We investigate it. I don't have a particular update in relation to those incidents, but you can only imagine the fear that someone's placed in when someone forcibly takes their car from them, and fortunately no one's been injured, but that doesn't mitigate the fact that we investigate as thoroughly as possible.
Just on another issue with the tobacco wars going on at the moment, we've seen vision this morning of a guy who attempted to set a building alight and set himself alight. Where do police sit with this particular issue at the moment?
As I mentioned earlier this week, we have a task force in place called Operation Eclipse, and we have dedicated resources investigating the incidents of arsons. I think we're up to 10 now in just a few weeks. Clearly unacceptable. We have committed resources to identifying the people responsible and deterring them from committing further events. It's very concerning for us that we've had so many arsons, and even after announcing that we have a task force in operation, that we've seen at least 2 more arson incidents since that announcement. We will make sure that we're doing everything we can to prevent them from happening and hold those people accountable who are committing these offences. It's not lost on us that it's not just an internal dispute between rival organised crime groups. These crimes affect ordinary South Australians. We've had incidents where the wrong shop has been targeted. These shops are often adjoining other premises that are affected in terms of them being able to trade, and obviously there is the risk of innocent people being harmed as a result of an arson offence. The person who has been shown in the footage from the offence overnight has received injuries, and we're hopeful that will help us identify him and take necessary action.
The demonstration that's been approved for Monday on the steps of Parliament, I know yesterday police was saying that they don't have grounds to stop the protest under the Public Assemblies Act, but have you sought legal advice, external legal advice on that matter, or is that a view that's been taken within SAPOL?
I have received legal advice in relation to my understanding of the Public Assemblies Act, and that's confirmed my view, and that's the basis on which we made the statement that the Public Assemblies Act does not provide us the authority to ban a protest, vigil or assembly on moral grounds.
There's word of a joint statement from police chiefs around Australia being released in regards to these protests. Are you
Yes.
partaking in that?
Absolutely we are, and it echoes the sentiments we've already shared, that we won't tolerate any behaviour that supports or condones terrorism or terrorist organisations, and we'll be vigilant about that on the 7th of October should the vigil go ahead.
And when can we expect to see that letter?
I'm not sure, I think it's coming out today.
How concerned are you that the public safety could be compromised or there could be illegal activity occurring at the demonstration?
Obviously we tailor our resource allocation based on the intelligence we have, and it's important to remember that notwithstanding the emotion associated with the 7th of October, we have had these protests in South Australia almost every week for almost a year now. So we monitor that past behaviour, we look at the intelligence we have at our disposal, and on that basis we'll deploy resources. And it's also important to note that the decision by the New South Wales Police to seek a Supreme Court injunction to prevent the protest was based on intelligence for what happens in those jurisdictions. And clearly there is a different dynamic in New South Wales compared to South Australia, which impacts on our intelligence assessment and the steps we take going forward.
Is the police in conversation with the organiser of the demonstration about managing potential?
Yes, we are. We're engaging with the organisers and people we understand who are attending and participating, as well as engaging with the Islamic community in relation to our expectations and making sure that we're sharing the information we have and receiving information from them.
Any questions for the Minister?
Yes.
Thanks.
Just in regards to the tobacco laws, will the government shut down these illegal stalls, and how long will that take?
Well, I should say that the state government has invested $16 million to ensure that Consumer and Business Affairs has 22 officers who are principally responsible for managing this considerable issue. We note, of course, Operation Eclipse. We're familiar with, I think, Operation Luna in Victoria. It's a matter that the state government is observing and continuing to invest resources in. In terms of shutting down chop shops, the legislation that the state government is determined to ensure is in place will allow that to occur and allows that to occur. But as I say, there are a number of police investigations underway, or there's a police operation underway, Operation Eclipse, and we await the outcomes of that operation. But in terms of state government investment in this issue, your viewers can be reassured that the state is putting $16 million into additional officers from Consumer and Business Affairs. This is a serious issue and it is being treated seriously.
We've seen what's happened in Melbourne, we've seen what's happened overnight here. Do you shake your head at the stupidity of some of the actions of these people?
Well, these obviously these matters are the subject of ongoing police investigation, so I won't comment on them. But South Australians have the right to feel safe, and obviously any carjacking is a serious crime and will be treated seriously.
As I pointed to before with the new data out at crash spots, Marion Sturt Road intersection, obviously a very dangerous site. What's the government doing to intervene here?
Well, I think it's important to remember that in 2015 there was some treatments and upgrade to that particular intersection. There's also a traffic camera that has been installed. We have seen a modest decline in the number of crashes at that intersection, but we recognise that it is a dangerous intersection. We'll continue to monitor the data, and we welcome, of course, the RAA's views in relation to dangerous intersections across Adelaide. We respect their views and we take their views seriously.
Is it promising that Britannia roundabout has come down out of that top 10 since the second roundabout's been put in?
Well, it certainly is pleasing to see that, but I think we all know that that can be a frustrating location, including at peak times. I wonder if there are any additional questions.
Quickly, the government's legislation to ban political donations. I know that the public consultation is closed. Can you provide an update on where that's at?
We are considering all of the stakeholder feedback and public feedback that we have received. As you know, we need to draft very, very carefully to ensure that we observe the precedents that have been established by the High Court, particularly the particular tests that are set out in the McCloy decision, and we'll bring legislation to Parliament that is appropriately adapted to both the precedents that the High Court has outlined and also reflects the community feedback and stakeholder feedback that we've received.
Will that legislation be introduced this year?
Well, we're working diligently to make sure that we bring forward a package that, as I say, balances the community feedback that we've received, but also reflects the High Court precedent in this area.
Thank you very much. Just for media purpose, we've got a parent who's going to come up and make some words. There'll be no questions of the parent, but they'll be able to comment.
This is Melita Probert, and Melita